thrifted pieces in our new 30-second snatch challenge. You think you're ready, Debbie?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
I'm not gonna say a sense of creativity, but I say a sense of individualism. When I came into this, I really came into it by myself. Like a lot of I would say the fashion socialites in the city, they have a large following, a large name. They're all kind of associated with each other. I lived in Woodbrook. I lived on the outskirts, but I was from Philly, and I loved Philly. So literally, I would actually go home to sleep in the suburbs, but be out in the city making connections. And I wouldn't say I was building with the popular crew. It was more so I linked with creators that actually worked, and it was really about their work ethic, their talent, their hustle, their grind. And I feel like by us coming together, it opened up a new door that you don't have to be popping to still, work and branch out and work with some of the heavy hitters. Like a lot of the people in the like celebrities that I work with in the Philadelphia scene, these are people that I originally, tried to reach out to, that because I didn't have that name, that following, not supposed to say they ignored me, but they didn't really grasp onto it. So eventually, once I started to build a name for myself and link with this certain clique of people and us to produce amazing content and visuals, you gotta let the talent talk. You let the talent speak for you. And I'm speaking for the underdogs. I'm speaking for the people that, aren't in the mix, that's not on the scene. I'm speaking for the people that, that did not know, who to turn to, where to go, that have that talent, but just don't have that platform. So I feel like that's what I'm bringing to the Philadelphia scene. I would definitely have to say is Jean Tricks, and I'm speaking on, I'm speaking on what's hot, but I'm also speaking on people that's still going. When I first met Jean Tricks, I was 16, and I saw them. They did a show at Roxborough High School. My cousin walked, and they had pieces that had literally Trojan condoms on it and magazine clips, and they were like laminated hoodies, and that was something that was crazy to me. I've seen so many designers come and go, they fluctuate, but Jean Tricks has literally been just solely on the up and up. They've been consistent, they've been timeless, and they've grown. They've started with working with, high schools to now working with Blue Ivy, Keke Palmer, Alicia Keys for the Super Bowl. So, that talent and that longevity, and it's just now getting started for them. And I've watched them go from handmade pieces and putting newspaper and creating dresses to now having actually cut and sew hot pieces and having things, being able to be manufactured. And they've always, showed me love. And I can personally relate to this because I've always, loved fashion. Coming up, in the Philly scene when we were younger, around 16, 17, we really had fashion cliques. And we would do fashion shows and have fashion battles. So I loved always working on the runway, being in front of the camera, but I was never your typical model. I'm 4'11", and I was always thick. But I school in Willow Grove, where I was just like, I don't feel like it because they don't deserve it. I would literally throw on some ball shorts and a t-shirt, and my mom was like, you look crazy. So it was never like, which not to wear. It was, girl, you better look nice at all times. Some of my favorites that I love that metallics are coming back heavy. I love that this 90s, 2000s millennial wave. Like, I loved Clueless. I loved Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Craft and all those things. So I always wanted to wear those pieces, the cute little boobies, you know, the plaid skirts. So I used to try to dress like that when I was younger. I used to go to Limited Too and stuff. I love that the 90s hip hop wave is coming back, the baggy jeans, you know, the bubble jackets, all that, because I love it that it's being done in a modern way. You know, it's like, you know, you still see people that were still kind of dressing like that, but it was a little corny. It's like they're doing it, but they're doing it polished. One thing I can say is